Motivation comes and goes, and this is a problem because a lot of people rely on motivation alone to get their task done. However, motivation can be a very powerful tool in your arsenal if used correctly at the correct things, so that you can use both motivation and discipline to become your best self. And that's what I'm gonna teach you in this video. The reason why motivation is overrated and also how to actually turn it around so that you can actually use it to your advantage. I'm not here to waste your time, so let's get right into this video. The truth about motivation really is it comes and goes. It's never there when you need it, and it's always there when you don't need it. At least that's how I see it. Motivation can be a very powerful tool though, if used correctly. The problem is most people don't use it correctly, and you're probably one of them. A lot of people use motivation at the wrong things. Like when they're motivated, they're gonna start playing video games. They're motivated to do fun things. However, you can turn this around so you are motivated to do the hard work, make a video, start reading, any of the good habits. Motivation is a force that can be very powerful when it's there, but it shouldn't be your only power source. And this is where discipline comes in. Because once you're disciplined, the discipline will take over when the motivation isn't there. So you need both. In this video we're talking about motivation, so let's get right into it. How to get more motivated for the correct things. First of all, how do we actually spark motivation? We spark motivation by a lot of things. The things that I use myself to spark my own motivation are a couple of things. The first thing is usually I do some type of exercise. I go walking, I do some push-ups, anything that gets my body moving. It's gonna help me a lot to be more motivated to do the hard work. This helps because it gets the blood rushing and my body is active, which is gonna just give me that extra boost that I need for the mental work that I'm preparing for. The second thing most people do not talk about enough, in my opinion, is that motivation can be turned into real momentum. Because the moment you are motivated at the start of a good habit, so you actually start a habit, you can turn that part into a momentum to actually keep the habit. By making the habit more satisfying, by using the motivation on the correct timing, so you can actually show yourself that the habit is worth doing. And those are all things how to turn motivation into momentum. Motivation itself you can't turn into momentum. You can't stay motivated forever. You can't. But you can use it as a tool. That's what I'm trying to share with you here, because this has really worked for me. And now the third thing, discipline versus motivation. Which one is better? To be honest, none. Because you can't solely rely on discipline and you can't solely rely on motivation. However, discipline doesn't start most habits. Motivation does. What we can do is use them together. So when you're disciplined, you can start by making it more obvious to start a habit so you can get more motivated to start it. And that is with discipline. By, for example, laying your book on your pillow when you want to read at night. Because then you will see the book and you will get the motivation spike to start the habit. Discipline will work from beforehand and afterwards. Discipline will help you keep the habit when you're not feeling like it. And discipline will be able to set up the habit also when you don't feel like it or when you feel like it. Motivation is just that extra boost you need sometimes to just push through the limit and actually go for it. This also works in the gym. You have better days and worse days. The better days are obviously better. However, the worst days are the days where you actually need to show up. That is the difference between discipline and motivation. Use them together, they're a power couple. Use them separately, you're missing out on a lot of potential progress. So instead of hating on motivation and saying motivation is worthless, it's not gonna help you in the long run, it is. Motivation can definitely help you in the long run. These are the things that work for me with motivation. I use motivation. If there's one more thing that gives me a lot of motivation, it's a little bit of a personal thing, but I want my future child to see that I never gave up. That I am strong and that I did everything I could to get my fullest potential. That is my biggest motivator right now. This is what works for me. I hope it will work for you as well and you have something with it and that you can actually work with these tips that I just gave you. Now, am I saying you need to do these things? No, you can do your own thing. It's your own life. I do recommend you trying this though, because it can definitely boost up your life where you need it the most. Motivation is an important tool in our arsenal, so don't skip out on it, alright? I'm the guy with the Dutch accent. Do the hard work, be proud of yourself every day, and I see you in the next one.